Hello, everyone, to the Austrian Legacy League Cup. We are playing this via webcam because COVID has us in the stranglehold. So, Peter, can you tell our viewers for this time uh, how we are playing the cup and how it works?
Yeah, so basically it's not that easy. I mean, it's generally easy if you understand how soccer is played. So we have 16 participants. We are playing in 4 groups. In each of those groups are 4 people playing against each other. Each of those plays a double round robin against each other with open deck lists, best of 3 legacy matches. After there are 6 matches in each group, 2 people advance of each group. This is the first place and the second place. There we have quarterfinals, basically a top 8, if we would say it so. And a specialty in this case is that we have best of 5 matches in the semifinals and the finals.
Let's take a look at the format for a few seconds. We have something prepared for you.
So yeah, as you can see, today the Group A is playing. So the first match will be Christian Münster versus Christian Neutz, and it's Elves and Maverick versus Elves. In the game that we don't stream now, it's Christoph Igelsböck versus David Binder. I think they're playing Black-White Eldrazi, and I'm not sure, is David playing lands again?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So, and for the second match, we are changing. So the winner from the first match, you will see in the second match again, and the winner from the other match will play against him.
So yeah, I think our participants are already waiting for the match to begin. I think we can tune in
hop
to
in
them
and give them the go.
Sure.
So guys, you can start. So for first, Christian had won the die roll, so he will go first. Let's see. Okay, he takes a mull. Christian is always known for his very toolboxy deck, and he is a very he loves to play Green Sun's Zenith, and almost all decks he plays has some kind of creature toolbox interaction in it. So I think the decks he likes the most are Maverick or Allurn, and Food Chain is also one of his pet decks, and he's very known in our community for these kind of decks. Gino, on the other hand, he is at Funky Gino on Twitter. He has a fable for big, huge green creatures, and he has a saying that the bigger the creature is, that the less green it has to be, and vice versa. He in his decks that are always called genopiles. And he's a very, very freaky guy because he even tried to make a tooth and nail legacy version work. And I think he played 2 or 3 Friday Night Magics with it, and he didn't even went so badly. I think he even won 1 or 2 games. So
yeah, I think he went 1-3 in total, but he got the win with tooth and nail once, so he was very happy and proud about it.
Yeah, it's just I mean, it has to be a really great feeling if you go tooth and nail, get Xenagos, God of Rebels, and Emrakul, and just go to town. Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially in a format like Legacy.
Yeah,
I can certainly feel it because I often play like Christian said to me, I'm always playing shit French combo piles.
yeah, he won with this pile also with Leveler into Thassa's Oracle.
Oh,
So-
okay, that's great. Yeah.
So
By
that's-
the way, we already have 2 new followers. We have White Faces and Falcon Aug, which follow
Yeah.
the stream. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, guys.
Hey, shout out.
Shout outs to White Faces. Thank you for watching the stream. We hope that everyone in the chat can enjoy it. And yeah, we hope that we can bring you regularly content. Yeah, definitely respect to Leveler and Oracle.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
And yeah, as we talked about it previously, this league will be played for now, I think 11 weeks with 8 rounds of group play.
That's true.
And yeah, I think we can start with the match now. Christian took a mulligan down to 5, and we'll start the match with Forest. Ooh, a beautiful one.
That's noble.
Yeah, I love his choice of basic lands. All his basic lands are unglued. I think they really capture the spirit of the decks that he plays, and they really fit in very nicely.
Yeah. On the other side, we have how's it called? Once Upon a Time into Gaia's Cradle for Christian. Unfortunately, his side of the match is currently not understandably blurry.
I think that's Green Sun's seen it.
Yeah, it's a Zenith, I think for 0, so he probably gets
Dried
it.
Dried Arbor and Bio, most likely. Or he respects the wasteland and goes for a basic forest, which he does.
I think, and knowing that Christian has caught a gas cradle, you wouldn't waste a dual land here if you had one. Anyways,
Yeah.
but yeah, sure.
Yeah, and that's something beautiful. With open deck lists, each player knows what the opponent has in their sleeves in game 1, and most notably in the sideboard games. So there is not really a possibility for one of the players to to cheat someone out,
to get an advantage. Yeah.
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 And yeah,
and as you could see beforehand, we're using we call it the Corona cut because we had the problem how do we get the other person to cut after a shuffle. So we came up with a solution. We haven't invented it because I've seen it from the 4 Seasons event from Bologna, where they played this summer a paper tournament, and they all weren't allowed to touch the decks from your opponent. So they use the Corona cut and have your opponent put the deck up in 3 piles, and then you choose one of them that's on top, and so your opponent can't cut to a card or do some shady tricks. So you can always cut your opponent's deck. And we've seen Gino do this here, and we also had to implement this as a rule for this tournament.
Yeah,
I think that's also a sufficient enough rule for this kind of setup and situation we have here.
So on the side of Christian, we now have a Gwyrn Ranger, a Dried Arbor, a Gaia's Cradle, and I think that the last one is a Fundorn Elf, if I see it correctly.
Might be.
Okay. So I think that, yeah, Phil in the chat says yes, and yeah, the artwork seems really, really similar. So on the side we have a fetch going on.
Shoutouts to Prophet M66 for following. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you. Prophet
Thank you.
M66 is Andy. He is also well known in our community, most notably about his version of Anti's playing.
Oh yeah, we have two Christians playing against each other. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's the Christian mirror.
So the Elves player will probably be known as Gino from now on,
So-
as his nickname is. For our viewers, we also implemented Cardboard Live for this event, so you can take a look at the deck list if you hover above the cards on the stream.
And now it should be clear.
Yeah. Now we have one on each side. And is this a Plague Engineer? And I think so.
It
quite
is.
strong.
So I think this will pretty much seal the deal for game one.
I'm not sure.
I'm also not really sure. And there's a Once Upon a Time from Christian. From Christian, yeah.
I mean, there's still the Dryad Arbor on the battlefield on Gino's side. And maybe he can do something with a natural order. I don't know what big creatures he has in his deck, but I think...
only Craterhoof. And the things you can get are Nettled Sentinels and a Craterhoof.
Mhm.
So he needs to draw into Symbiotes, Scavenging Ooze, and Nettled Sentinels, and then cast Craterhoof via natural order.
Yeah.
So this is the win condition now, I think, for Christian. And he can also get the Dryad Arbor. Okay, now with a Kaya on board, it seems a little bit more hard to survive that long.
Oh yeah, Kaya is definitely a card that's very underrated. At the moment, I think it hits a lot of things and can just seal the deal for your deck if it goes unchecked for some rounds. So
yeah, it's definitely a house against Elves.
and Delver.
If its cans come down on turn 2, it's really good against Delver. And yeah, I mean, it basically negates Dreaded Arcanist to some extent and Delver of Secrets. And this is really, really huge in the meta we have now in Legacy. And it's also good against all the Snow Codex with them relying on getting back an Uro or something like that. And so, yeah.
That's
definitely interesting. And there.
Gino definitely on the back foot here.
Yeah.
The board from Christian keeps getting bigger and bigger.
Yeah. And now he has a big threat in Knight of the Reliquary, and yeah, it's definitely hard to come back, or I would say impossible, because Gino has, I think, 2 turns time, and yeah, with that, it was a really, really good mulligan to 5 on the side of Christian.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. I think he had the Plague Engineer on the starting hand, because I think that he tried to mull down to it. I'm not sure how many Plague Engineer does
he has 2 in the main deck.
He has 2, so the chances are really, really good to hit something with the London mulligan.
Yeah, and he even has 2 Kayas in the main deck, so his deck is definitely prepared to play against Elves with 2 Plague Engineer, 2 Kayas, 3 Swords to Plowshares, and 3 Abrupt Decay. It's hard to go into a combo. You have your opponent to miss on removal and combo basically on turn 2 to win the game.
Yeah, you have to be prepared for Elves nowadays because of Elves or Shepherd. The card is just bonkers.
We have a small saying in the chat. We have to say now, Münster and Gino, that our our viewers understand which one we mean.
Okay.
So yeah, the match is pretty much sealed for Münster, and yeah. I think it's easily seeable on screen that it's good. It's good for Münster. And yeah, we now have the Swords to Plowshares most likely on the Scavenging Ooze, and then beat him down.
That's probably game.
Yeah. He got rid of a land and the creature, so Gino gains 1 life and the knight shrinks for 1. And yeah. Now Münster will most likely get in for 4. Yeah. The board of Gino is getting rather small now.
Yeah. There's not much left.
Yeah. I mean, he could have. Kai says, I think non-land.
I'm not sure. I think so.
Or does she say creature? Yeah, exile target non-land permanent.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, shout out to Chrisu now in the chat.
Hi, Chrisu.
This would be another one with Kr in the name. I mean,
the next Chris.
The next Chris.
And yeah, the game goes to Christian Münster.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So.
And now on to sideboarding. I think things will now get a little bit harder for Münster. It's really hard for me to not use the first names actually, but I'll try my best.
Yeah, so we we will definitely, I think, see Progenitors move in on the side of Christian Knights. And
from Gino,
and yeah,
certainly the DK, the trophies.
Yeah. I don't think you want the Fort Caesars.
No, they're just for
combo.
For the combo matches, because you can't win without them.
And Leyland and Collective doesn't matter now.
No.
And Mindbring Trap too. So we have 5 cards to board in, and I think you have to do the perfect elf sideboarding strategy, board out some 1-offs from Force, and yeah, play the game.
Shaving. Yeah.
Shaving. That's called shaving. Yeah.
Yeah, and yeah, we will definitely see.
On the side of Münster, probably the 2-path to Exile will go in, the 3rd Plague Engineer, probably even another Kaya.
He also has Chalice, which I think is quite good.
Oh yeah, Chalice. Oh, wow.
Yeah, the problem is I'm not sure if you want to board in Chalices now against Elves because of Allosaurus Shepherd.
Yeah, that's true.
I think there is a removal spell better suited against them now.
That's a good point, yeah.
But yeah, let's see what he does. Definitely Plague Engineer and Kaya. And I'm not sure if you want even to board up to 9 removal spells against Elves. I'm not sure about it, but could be.
I mean, it depends on what card you can board out. Thalia doesn't look that great. Collector Oof also not that great.
For the chat,
yeah.
Christian Münster is on Absent Maverick.
Mm-hmm.
And again, you can hover over the cards in the chat and in the stream, and you can see the deck lists from our Cardboard Live plugin.
Yeah, and as Chris Uan says in the chat, this is the perfect deck for Münster, and yeah. And yeah, we thought about adding deck lists to the layout, deck names to the layout, but I think it would be too clumsy.
Too cluttered. It would be too cluttered.
Yeah. And on the left and the right side, you have the deck names in the extension from Cardboard Life. I hope that is enough of a feature, and we really have to thank James to developing such an amazing product as Cardboard Life, and it's sick.
So shout out to James Shu.
Definitely shout out to him. So
we're heading over to game 2 now.
Yeah. So Gino will decide to play and draw, and he should most likely take the play. Let's see if he has a hand that can answer a Plague Engineer on turn 2.
That would be great.
And there's a Mull from Münster.
Okay, that's...
Gino is contemplating if he takes his hand or not.
Yeah, I think if Münster mulligans.
Yeah, Christian versus Christian is really hard at this stage.
If Münster takes the mulligan, Gino has already decided if he takes the mull or not. So, yeah. But, yeah, the matchup will be definitely not easy on the side of Christian. With Elves losing game 1 is already pretty hard against the fair deck, I would say.
Oh yeah, that's for sure.
Because that are typically good matchups, I would say. But I'm not... Yeah. Okay. So in the chat, chalices. Yeah, the problem is if you bought in chalices, you have a lot of removal spells that cost 1 on the side of Münster. You have 3 Swords to Plowshares.
And 2 Path to Exile.
2 Path to Exile, and if you want another Swords to Plowshares. So you have to either board no removal in, which doesn't seem good, and Green Sun Zenith for Shepherd with 2 mana playing around the chalice is devastating. And yeah, I mean, I think boarding in chalice is not wrong, but I think it's debatable. Yeah, you don't beat Elves with removal, but you can slow Elves down with removal, which enables Kaya and Plague Engineer, I think.
You beat Elves by beating it. You don't say.
And another problem, of course, is that he is not able to play Chalice on the first turn.
Yeah.
Especially on the draw, this is probably not that...
I probably could agree with Chalice playing on turn 1 if your deck is capable of doing it.
Yeah.
But without mana acceleration in the form of Moxen or Soul Lands,
I could
see with you guys. I don't think Chalice makes the cut here.
I could see him bringing in on the play maybe in game 3.
Yeah.
If we reach game 3,
sure.
Maybe. But yeah.
Yeah.
And there we are playing the mirror, I think.
I think they joked about the same thing right now.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, it will be definitely interesting what 3-drop Münster can provide and how good the turn 2 of Gino is. I mean, turn 1, a Dried Arbor is one of the best things you can do in both cases. And yeah, we will definitely see how Gino fires back on turn 2 now.
Yeah.
Because he has to do something that is meaningful. Just because the threat of
Plague Engineer is just so big.
Plague Engineer is just... I mean, there are 2 things you can do, and I think one is playing so big that only Plague Engineer is the thing that beats you, or playing in such a way that you can play around the Plague Engineer. And
another Zenith, okay.
Yeah, should be for
one.
Green Sun Zenith or Glimpse.
It is green
Nah,
sun.
it's
And
Yeah. I'm not sure what he's getting now. I don't think.
I
Shepherd.
wanted to say the insect. Wirewood symbiote.
Oh, Berkshire Ranger, yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. Yeah, or just win on turn 2. 1 collect roof, 1 library, 1 hex drinker, 1 quest division. 2 paths, 1 sword, 1 plague engine, 1 Kaya in. Yeah, I think that would be the boarding I could see.
Yeah, probably, yeah.
Is this meant for Münster, right?
Yeah.
I think you can cut Thalias over, I don't know, library, maybe, or Hex Drinker. Because he has 4 Thalias in the main deck. If I remember it correctly, should.
Yeah. And this board is now relatively good against Plague Engineer.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and Tyler trimming could be something too, yeah. I see that. The problem is I think you still don't want I mean, yeah. The excavators, the libraries are also grindy, and
yeah, there's the Plague Engineer.
Plague Engineer. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And with Plague Engineer on Elves, I mean, you only got rid of 1.
Yeah, not dealing that much damage right now.
And you still can just drop a land and go natural order.
Yeah.
Maybe he also has a decay, but looks like natural order, yeah.
Bam! There it goes.
Natural order progenitors.
Probably is certainly the right thing to do here. I'm not sure if Christian has anything that can deal with progenitors in this spot.
I think.
I don't think so.
No.
Because he can't block it, and he has no win condition that wins in 2 turns.
He maybe can gain some life with sorting. Swords, yeah.
Or scavenging ooze or something like that.
Or Night of Autumn.
Yeah.
Or Kaya. I think Kaya can also gain life.
Kaya gains you 2 life, yeah. If you exile a creature with her uptick.
But it doesn't seem like he has enough pressure to outrace the progenitors in that way.
Yeah.
And there's the excavator.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Definitely a card for me that is not that good in this matchup.
Yeah, in this matchup, it can be really backbreaking, but not here.
Yeah, the problem with a lot of those cards that that Münster is playing is that they are really, really good if the game goes slow, but that's definitely not not the game Elves want to play.
Yeah, for sure not. No.
So yeah. So we
will
most
likely the canopy.
Yeah. Searches for an out, but yeah, his out is gaining 2 life this turn, and let's see if he can do this. And this is just the out for a turn, and there we have it.
I have to say, after sideboarding with progenitors being in the deck of Gino, the matchup should really shift into his favor, actually.
Yeah.
If you hard mulligan for a natural order, Münster is not able to prevent that unless he happens to only have elves with a toughness 1. But not sure.
Yeah, and I don't think that Münster wants to board in Fort Caesars. I mean, it could be if the mulligan strategy of Gino is to board hardcore into a natural order deck, that you board in your Fort Caesars. But yeah, will be definitely an interesting game. 3.
Yeah.
And
I like it. I like it that we have to play 3 matches for our first 3 games for our first match on stream. So we have something to talk about.
yeah,
It could go the other ways, like Reanimator versus anything, and just the whole match is over in 5 minutes, and we would be here talking about anything else.
I mean, we wouldn't stay here and talk about for 40 minutes waiting that the time runs out, but yeah, we would definitely show you the backup game, if
Yeah,
you
for
would
sure.
say so.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, it's definitely more into it if you see a series from minute 0 onwards, and you can experience the whole trinity of a best of 3.
Yeah, for our viewers, I'm not sure if Peter has told you this at the beginning, but for this tournament, we have settled for a round time of 60 minutes instead of 50 minutes, because with all the shuffling and cutting, that's harder on webcam. We have said that we wanted our players to have a little bit more time.
Yeah, it's definitely with the Corona shuffle, or the Corona cut. It's you have to wait for your opponent to respond. I mean, this matchup is not counter based, but if you're playing a blue mirror and you have to wait for every action, say, yeah, I play this spell, and then the opponent goes into the tank for 5 seconds or so, it's really, really long on webcam Magic, which would be a little bit faster in paper play. And so we decided that we moved the round timers up to 60 seconds.
60 seconds.
Up to 60 seconds. So yeah. So
game 3 now. Did both players keep the 7? I didn't pay attention actually.
I think so, because it was really, really fast.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So a noble start for Münster and a shepherd start for Chino.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And now it's the problem is now that's something. Now Chino started off with a shepherd on turn 1, and then your chalice is dead, or you have swords to plowshares and a chalice in hand. And even then, your opponent can go forest, green Sun Zenith X1, and gets another shepherd. And it doesn't feel that great, actually.
Oh, for sure not, no.
So.
And I think Chino plays 3.
He's
playing 3 shepherds, yeah.
Yeah.
But I have to say, despite Chalice, I would expect him to board at least 1 copy out in the matchup.
Yeah, because it's not blue, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, only in the special case that Münster gets him with this 2 of Chalice, then the shepherds are good, and otherwise they're just 1/1s.
Ooh, and a missed land trap on the side of Christian.
Mm-hmm. But he has
on the side of Münster. but the library. Yeah. So as we saw, there was not the library boarded out. I think he's playing only 1 in the main, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, I think a library is something that you definitely want to have in the matchup, because you need to find the plague engineers.
And you need to find the removal in the right spot.
Yeah, the removal,
yeah, and you either die or have 20 life. Yeah.
And otherwise, the deck is just a typical deck that only has access to 1 card per turn, unless any other blue-based deck with cantrips.
Okay. So
there's the Plague Engineer, okay?
There is the Plague Engineer on Elves.
Yeah, with 3 Plague Engineer of boarding.
Mm-hmm. That's a good start.
So the hand was really good on the side of Münster, with having land, Hierarch, library, and the Plague Engineer most likely.
But yeah, he just needed to find the 3rd land.
Yeah.
I think the game is definitely not over. I think what Chino needs to do is maybe tank 1 creature that lives through the Plague Engineer and a Natural Order alongside it. That way you can also play around removal and then get your progenitors, basically.
Yeah.
Is
I
one
think
option.
if you end of turns here for a Dried Arbor, it could be good too.
Yeah, for sure.
And I think if he does that,
But
Gino,
I wouldn't do that end of turn because then
you need the mana.
No, you lose to swords then.
Yeah, probably.
I would definitely play around a removal spell in that spot.
Yeah, so the clock is 4 damage a turn, so yeah.
And there's Assassin's Trophy on the Plague Engineer.
Yeah.
Most likely.
And there it goes.
And I think this is a swords in the hand of Christian, if we saw a small glance at it.
I didn't catch it. I gotta say I didn't catch it.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's,
I'm not sure if I would fetch here for a Dried Arbor. But of course it depends on what cards Gino has in his hand.
yeah. So Chris, if Münster doesn't crack here his fetch for a Savannah to swords the Dried Arbor, Gino will have the opportunity to natural order now.
Mm-hmm.
Because we,
yeah, what do you want to say?
because with the line in this in doing this in the end step, you have the mana from Dried Arbor next turn.
For sure. But of course, from Münster's perspective, he wants to prevent the natural order at any cost from happening.
Okay, he goes with a glimpse. So he's probably searching for the natural order or for the next land.
Or doing a huge combo.
This might also be just a combo turn, yeah.
Oh, he just plays a Wild Symbiont, yeah.
That's
the Plague Engineer is gone. Oh, my bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He has one window to go really wide and big and maybe sneak in a quick win here. If he manage to draw the right cards.
okay. So let's see what we see.
Nettle Sentinel.
That's a good one.
That's really good.
And Symbiote is the thing that bounces a land and untaps a land, am I right?
Untaps
Untaps a creature.
untaps a creature.
Untaps a creature. Okay.
Yeah, Symbiont is no elf, it's an insect.
Yeah.
So it doesn't get killed by Plague Engineer.
Yeah, it's definitely the best elf in the list.
Yeah, probably.
Just name insect with Plague Engineer against elves if you're brave enough.
I mean the second Plague Engineer would be on insect, I think.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
Yeah, it has to be. Yeah.
Or maybe on the arbor, dryad for the arbor.
Okay. Now we have the swords on the symbiote.
Mm-hmm.
So my glance was correct. And yeah, so it was, I think, a little bit brave on the side of Christian to not sword the Dried Arbor. Yeah. Because if Gino goes for natural order, you will bite into your nuts. It's
yeah.
It's a common saying in Austria. Yeah, it was
So
interesting.
A Cradle and the Zenith.
Zenith X1. So let's see what it does here.
I'm not sure. Probably Birchwell Ranger.
Maybe another symbiote. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So he still has no mana floating. Yeah.
But it can untap the arbor
by bouncing the forest.
Mm-hmm.
Can untap the arbor.
He has no land drop left because he played the Cradle already.
But if he has a Birch Claw or something like that, maybe he can go for something.
Yeah. And the biggest thing here is that he can safely go for a natural order next turn, I think so. Because the series of draws Münster would need is...
Oh, you have to bounce an elf, of course, not a land with the
Yeah, it's a
By
Kieran
myself,
Ranger where you have to bounce.
Bounce a land to
forest,
untap a forest. No, a creature.
bounce a creature to untap a land, I think, right?
No, bounce a forest to untap a creature. I think
No,
so.
no. You bounce a creature. Definitely, you bounce a creature because there is the visionary symbiote combo where you bounce the visionary all the time to draw extra
So
cards.
yeah, I was talking about Quirin, and you were talking about the insect.
Okay. My bad then.
Okay.
Yeah, elves can get a little bit confusing. Everything I know from playing versus elves, I got from playing as Death in Texas, and the most scariest thing always was the symbiote. So every Phyrexian Revoker had to lay on the Wyvern symbiote, and it was also always the first target that gets sorted.
Mhm.
Yeah. I mean, do you win with D&T against elves? Is this
No.
not the matchup where
No.
you have no sideboard plan because it doesn't matter?
Yeah. Don't put any thought into it. It's probably 90-10 matchup, and that's okay.
You see your chances that high?
Yeah, I've won a fair share of games as elves, but that involves a hell of a lot of luck and a hell lot of being unlucky from your opponent.
We saw now a Wasteland and a Swords to Plowshares and a Plague Engineer in the same turn. So
Talking about the nuts.
and it's still not finished.
Yeah, I was gonna say the same. I think Gino.
And the Sylvan Library puts in a lot of work here.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah, but you still can just go next turn with a natural order, and he needs to remove spells for it if Gino doesn't have a land in hand. So it's the game is definitely not over for Gino in the spot. Okay. Now we have our fair share of information in the chat. The symbiote bounces an elf and untaps a creature, and the Quirin Ranger bounces a forest and untaps a creature. So both untap a creature, and symbiote bounces an elf, and Quirin bounces the forest.
Okay, yeah.
Just keeps our facts straight, yeah. We don't want to spread any fake news here.
And another Wasteland?
Mhm.
That hits hard.
The Wastelands are other things Münster really wants, because it denies just the mana that Gino needs for the natural order.
Yeah.
And I mean, he doesn't draw the Wasteland. He has the Excavator. And in this spot, it's really, really big.
Yeah.
I mean, I think Hero. I mean, it depends. You can't get in with the Plague Engineer. I mean, you can get in with the Plague Engineer, because I think that the Ooze has no count. Or does the Ooze have counters on it?
No. He would show it with dice.
I think so, but there are these two got sorted.
Yeah.
Misremembered. Okay, now we have Kaya on board. On board.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Kaya's now on 3. I'm not sure the exiling ability from Kaya is a +1, I think.
It's a +1, yeah.
Yeah.
+1, exile up to 2 cards, and you gain 2 life if there was at least 1 creature in it.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Maybe you could even go for the Kaya ultimate here. That would be really sick.
I think I have never seen that in Legacy, actually.
I got Kaya ultimated once.
And it doesn't feel great, am I right?
No, for sure not.
To be honest, I have never seen Kaya in Legacy.
I think it feels the same like as losing to Firemind's in search. I research.
Firemind's inside, I think.
Yes.
From show and tell.
There is progenitors in the deck, yes.
and he had it in the sideboard, and it's now in his deck after building.
He plays one main and one side.
I think he doesn't play anyone main.
The Kayas?
So we were talking about the progenitors because there was a question in the chat.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, two Kaya's main, one Kaya side. And yeah, Kaya is actually nowadays a staple card in the Maverick variants. I think Dax on Twitch.
Dax on Twitch, yeah.
Yeah. He's the Maverick guru. And he plays it now, I think, for a few months. And it's really good for him. And I think we've also had one of our local players who played it in various 4-color loam variants. And yeah, it's good too there. I mean, in 4-color loam, it doesn't shine that much, I think, because you have already the Chalice on the Void, so there are not that many 1-drops coming down.
Oh yeah, we missed that. It's the 4-mana Kaya in the sideboard. He certainly didn't bought it in, so that's just the 2-3 CMC Kaya's main. The 4-mana Kaya is a real control killer. It's such a cool card. I love playing it back in Dead Guy Ale.
Yeah, this one is huge. So you just do the -1 4 times or the -2 2 times, and then do the 0 with her. Yeah. Am I right? Okay.
And you can before Oko, it was one of the only planeswalkers you could easily outgrind and chase the Mind Sculptor. And so you won easily with a Kaya versus any control deck back then. But yeah, that was when was Grand Prix Birmingham?
2017?
2017 or 2016.
It must be 2017 or 2018 because I've started in 2017.
No, 2018 not. Definitely 2016 or 2017. I'm not sure now. I would have to look it up. But I've also played 2 Kaya Ghost Assassin in my sideboard, and it probably won me 2 games, I think. Yeah. It was really a nice card and really cool.
Yeah, Kaya is sweet. And it was at least it was 2018 in Birmingham.
Okay. It really feels very long ago. but actually this year just feels very long. So
yeah, definitely. And yeah, we saw now the scoop on the side of Christian
on Gino.
And Christian, Christian won and Christian lost. Oh my god, what a surprise.
Seems like a tie here.
Unfortunately, he couldn't find a natural order, which would be the best chance for him to win the game. But I think it was 2 Plague Engineers in this game, right?
It was 2 Plague Engineers, and I think 2 or 3 Swords to Plowshares and Recurring Wasteland against Right Arbor.
Yeah.
So what was hard for Gino, he made a good turn 2 and was unfortunately unable to find anything of his glimpse on turn 3.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, was definitely a good game. Was enjoyable to watch. And I think Philip is currently checking out our table 2.
Mm-hmm. Maybe we can get a glimpse at what's going on there.
Yeah.
I think we have... which matchup do we have here?
We have Lance versus Black-White Eldrazi. I think we just move down there, Daniel?
Let's move down there, yeah.
Actually, I talked with the 2 guys. It's almost over. It's already it doesn't look good.
Okay, I think this looks very favorite for Binder.
For David, yeah.
Okay, So now we should have it.
Unfortunately, the positions of the cards are not in the correct order for us, but I think
Okay, and there's this group.
Iggy just scoops. And so, do you know if it was a 2-for-1? 2-to-1?
I'm gonna check in, but
yeah,
I'm not sure now.
So
Definitely the next game will be Christian Münster versus David Binder.
Yeah.
So
I think we might take a short break here to set everything up.
Oh
definitely.
Yeah. And we'll see you guys in approximately 2 to 5 minutes.
Yeah. I think we will resume at 9 o'clock CET. So just wait on for 5 minutes. You will
stay tuned,
have the deck lists on screen, I think so. And yeah, see you in 5 minutes for the next game.
welcome back, guys. We had just had the first match. Christian Münster has won the Elves versus Epson Maverick matchup, and now we're heading over to Münster versus David Binder on Darkland. Our players have a couple of minutes of short rest and preparing. And meanwhile, we're gonna tell you something about ourselves. I'm Philip, and I'm the CEO and the founder of the Austrian Legacy League. So basically, the ideas also for this tournament come from me, and all the other things that are doing my colleagues. So shout out to Manuel Hochegger and Alexander Klinger for helping me in this great project. And also shout out to Daniel, who is new this year in the Austrian Legacy League organization. And with this, I'm gonna advertise myself. I'm at FinnickMTG on Twitter. It's PHINEKMTG. And you can, I think we do this after. Daniel, tell us something about you.
There's not much to tell. I was hooked, I think, for Legacy. I think it was due to you, Philip.
Yeah.
A little bit. And also a colleague and friend of mine, which I know from my study. Shoutouts to Stefan. And he was actually one of the guys that borrowed me the cards that I needed to play Legacy. My first deck that I played was Chunt, which is of course sadly a dead deck now.
Yeah, very sadly.
Yeah.
I love anything non-blue, non-blue green.
But yeah, I'm mostly probably I was more active in the past in the modern format, as I have my own website, which is Greatness at Any Cost, dealing with modern black-green X decks. But yeah, I'm dipping my toes into Legacy a little bit more because it's a really, really great format, great community. That's basically all that I want to say here. Peter, what about you?
Yeah, I'm mostly a local Legacy scrub, and I'm more the blue guy of us, I would say. And yeah, I was also hooked by Philip back in 2017, I think.
Mea culpa.
And yeah,
Philip always out there recruiting people to play Legacy.
Yeah, it's important that we recruit people to join in playing Legacy. And yeah, because of that, we want to showcase the format here in this cup. And because of that, we also do our podcast, which we will shortly advertise here, the In Response, a Legacy podcast done by us three, which will air every 3 other weeks. And yeah, I think that's shortly enough of us. And I think we will tune into the guys and join them.
I think they're
game.
already ready. So I'm gonna tell them that we can start, and we take a look what's happening there.
So as it seems, we have again Münster. We watched him play against Elves before, and he's playing again Maverick, and he's playing David Binder now. He's on Dark Lands. So basically just a land version with a splash for black. We can maybe later on look at the deck list.
Yeah, for sure. So for the second match here, we have included the deck tags at the name. So because the chat in the first match, the chat wanted to know who was playing what, and so we decided to put it up there. At first, we thought it feels a little bit cluttered, but now to try to incorporate this.
Yeah, with the short deck list names, it's definitely manageable, I think. If we have something like Omni Show and another deck specification, it's a little bit more clumped up. But yeah, definitely with the short names, it works out good.
So looking at the deck list of David, it appears to be just a normal land version, but a little bit of heavier. Because I don't see any black cards there.
Yeah, Abrupt Decay is the black card.
Okay.
And yeah,
Yeah.
And the Thought Seizures in the sideboard. I'm not sure if those are common, I would say. Because
I think typically not.
I think for combo hate, you don't play the discard, you play mostly the spheres.
Yeah,
You have resistance.
Yeah.
I mean, he's playing the 4-off, which is, I think, standard.
And he plays 3 Valakut Exploration, which is now also pretty standard. But it's a cool recent card. And it just has just makes so much card advantage. And the turn 2 Collector Oof. Oh my god.
really strong against the Mox.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely hard. Was there okay, and the Wasteland too. That's bad. David going Wasteland into Mox and then getting Collector Roof this hard. Kek W.
Daniel, would you be so kind and update the timer?
Oh yeah, I'm sorry.
I think we are at 58 or something like that.
Yeah. About 2 minutes in.
Yeah. And Thalia now on the side of Christian 2 on the field. And the Wasteland, if David ever wants to play something. I mean, Punishing Fire is really good against Maverick, so you have to take care of that. But with David only having 2 lands, he's still 1 short of Punishing Fire something. So everything seems fine on the side of Christian. So getting in for another 4, down to 13 on the side of David. You can see the live totals on the right side of the stream.
I think the deck list should be updated. Maybe refresh the browser.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm not sure.
For me, the deck lists are updated. So
okay.
Yeah, also for me.
So maybe restart or just refresh the page. Should get rid of it. So we now have a tiger here. Basic forest, or it should be basic forest. And the bayou on the side of David. So yeah, it's the problem.
A very good start for a Christian here.
Yeah, definitely. But the problem is that it can go really, really fast for him to getting the game out of hand. Yeah,
I think
Double Wasteland should seal the deal now.
Double Wasteland is really strong, yeah.
Yeah.
But maybe if David gets to find the Tabernacle, he can maybe climb back. But I'm not sure.
Yeah, a Tabernacle could get something, but the problem, yeah, Tabernacle would be enough if Christian doesn't find a land.
If he has Tabernacle in the Wasteland of its own,
yeah,
it might be strong.
This
Oh,
would
yeah.
be exact the same draw order he would have needed.
Ah.
Now, I think there is nothing he can do.
Yeah.
No, and
That's a
there
quick
it
one.
is. 1-0 for Christian.
Yeah, was quick and dirty.
Let's go over the deck list. Christian has 2 Path to Exile, 1 Swords to Plowshares, 3 Bodies, 1 Plague Engineer, 1 Kaya Ghost Assassin, 4 Leyland of the Void, 1 Nissa of Shadowed Boss, and 2 Chalice of the Void. I think he will bring in the. Ooh, that's kind
I
of
think
hard.
you're bringing the Nissa.
Yeah, probably. I'm not
Maybe the
sure about the swords and the paths because you already play 3 paths main. And the 2 Kayas, which can get rid of Marit Large from the death combo.
Yeah, and you have the birds theoretically to jump.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
It's kind of hard.
I mean, what are the cards David wants to bring in? Because, I do not know if you want to bring in the spheres.
No.
I think you bring in the lightning bolt.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
The 2 Elvish Reclaimers seem fine. With open deck list, it doesn't seem that fine with the Kayas in the main deck.
Yeah.
So this is something with open deck lists that you usually don't get. We for sure can get suboptimal sideboarding, but it's definitely a little bit easier to do if you know the fancies in the sideboards or fringe playable cards. I don't think you want the Thought Seizers as lands against Maverick. Yeah, joke. Force of Figure, I think, doesn't do anything.
No.
And so it's most likely a running back with a bolt more in the deck.
Would you consider bringing the ley lines from Maverick's side against lands?
I'm not sure. This is a card that is definitely debatable because it does something, but it doesn't win you the game.
I think it depends on which cards that Münster has available to be cut.
Yeah.
I can see the Plague Engineers.
I can. It depends on how many Field of the Dead. I mean, with only 1 Field of the Dead, you can maybe shave on the Plague Engineers. But with 2 Field of the Dead, you for sure have to play the 3 Plague Engineers.
Yeah. I'm not sure about it because in any other case, Plague Engineers are just a dead card, basically. I'm not sure if you want to combat that card with Yeah,
you want to combat the card with a Wasteland, definitely.
Yeah, it seems to be the better option.
Yeah, but I think you have to get as many outs to it as possible.
Well, and also to say, if the lands player gets in a position where they can trigger a Field of the Dead a couple of times, something went wrong before, in my opinion.
Okay, yeah, that's...
I think you have... You don't
I can totally get behind this.
You don't want to play the long game, I think, against lands. And unless you have a Leyland, because this would then stop the Punishing Fire combo. And of course also
maybe Leyland is the correct call.
Of course also Life from the Dome. So I think Leyland is definitely a card that you want in the matchup.
But would you board all 4?
Of course, yeah. I
think okay. So. Wow.
I think you want to maximize on it. I mean, if you have only 1 card that you are allowed to bring out, the Leyland could be a one-off that is okay because you can cast it with your deck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is not typically true. I would say
for Leyland decks. I mean, you could also make a case for boarding 3 because you only hit the loams.
Yeah, I think Valyrian is actually a really strong card against
And
lands.
the fire, yeah. It's
Yeah, and the the fire.
Because-
how is Valakut Exploration worded?
No, it exiles,
Exiles, yeah.
and then you put it into a graveyard. But
You can't put it into your graveyard if the Leyland is there.
yeah, but then they stay exiled. That I don't think that makes a difference.
if
Let's look it
if this does turn off Valakut Exploration, it would be an amazing sideboard card.
Oh
actually.
yeah.
No.
definitely.
It is worded whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, exile the top card of a library.
Yeah, but the second thing, at the beginning of your end step, if there are cards exiled with Valakut Exploration, put them into their owner's graveyard. Then Valakut Exploration deals that much damage to each opponent. But you don't put them into their owner's graveyard.
Let's have a look.
So. And Leyland of the Void.
I think it doesn't matter. I think it would still trigger.
Okay.
Yeah, it was certainly trigger.
I think the trigger or the damage happening is not bound to the cards getting put into the graveyard.
Okay.
It's just an order that the card says the card gets is put into the graveyard, but I think it doesn't matter if they are getting exiled.
Okay.
But I'm not sure.
Yeah, I don't think a specific case for it. Yeah. Maybe we can get the judge in the chat or something to verify it. Would be great. And I think it was a mulligan on the side of Christian now.
Mm-hmm.
And David kept the 7. Am I sure? Am I correct?
Seems like it, yeah.
Yep. Okay. So one of our viewers. Okay, this is Jonas. This is Boundfind Jonas. So it does no damage, but you can still cast a card. And this is big now. And then I think the Leyland is great.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it's a Sylvan Library times 10 or something like that, but not providing any win conditions besides Married Large is big.
Yeah,
and,
for sure.
And he has lots of answers against Married Large, so.
Yeah. And yeah. And
but
now we saw that the 1-drop spotted.
Yeah. But Mr. does not have a Leyland.
So yeah. I mean, the Leylands also turn off the Elvish Reclaimers, which
oh yeah,
would be another win condition. So yeah, definitely something else. So yeah, we maybe see the Leyland of the Void now in game 3, or he hardcasts it this game. So we will have to see.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, doing the Corona cut again.
Yeah.
And this exact scenario is the reason why we said we want 60 minutes for each game and not 50, because one shuffle can take over a minute or so easily. Yeah. Okay, so we have a Rishadan Port on the side of David.
And a green Tansine for 1.
Mm-hmm.
Should get a bird. Or does he have any other big action spell at 1?
Don't think
Maybe
so.
another Reclaimer himself?
No, he plays it for...
Yeah, he was ported.
Okay, I didn't get that.
So yeah, we have now 4 men on the side of Christian for next turn. Let's see if he slams a Questing Beast, a Kaya, or whatever he wants. We definitely want the Wall of Text Beast on the field.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it's... I'm currently reading the text of Questing Beast, and I think Questing Beast would deal damage to progenitors because combat damage that would be dealt by creatures you control can't be prevented, and then the Death Touch would kill it. Am I correct?
Yeah, it's the same. It's the same like with you can skull crack your opponent, and here's a true name nemesis out, and then pyroclasm away the true name.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that works because Skullcrack says damage can't be prevented this turn, and Pyroclasm deals 2 damage to all creatures.
Okay.
So it doesn't target the true name, so it gets the 2 damage, and it doesn't get prevented from the protection. So the true name dies.
Okay.
And then some people from our community. One guy from our community actually would laugh or would kill for a rough like or pyroclasm like effect with damage can't be prevented this turn.
Oh yeah.
It's Johnny.
Yeah, would be good. But I heard the story of one guy, I think it was one of our locals, that said he played a true name nemesis, naming himself, and after that he heads to Pyroclasm or something like that. And because he named himself, he was able to not kill his true name nemesis or something like that.
That's the next level play.
I mean, I'm not sure why you just play the true name after, but
Yeah,
go for it.
Yeah. I don't get it also.
I mean, online it would be a misclick. So yeah, we now see Christian fetching to basics most likely.
Yeah, Tabernacle puts a lot of work here.
Yeah, but with Tabernacle doing that much work, David does nothing. And with Christian having such a land-heavy draw and only mana creatures in play, it's quite okay, I would say.
Yeah, it's okay, definitely.
And yeah, if you go here for Kaya is perfect.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And here you just Kaya the elf, and yeah, now you have a planeswalker which David can't really control, and yeah, that's a Valakut exploration, if I see it correctly.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, now it will show which the best win condition is. I mean, what does Valakut exploration exactly say? Just to opponents, yeah. I mean, Valakut exploration would be huge with the old planeswalker damage wording. If you were able to redirect it to a planeswalker.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So that would clear off a lot of things.
Yeah, the wreck is basically unplayable now.
Yeah, you just don't have any answers to planeswalkers. And Oko's just Elkia Rex, so...
Oh yeah. Oko is out there. Oh my god. I totally forgot about this. It's
no-
220,
But
my
no
friend.
goes so far, though.
Yeah,
I mean,
for sure.
in our
It's
language.
have-
great.
you have to imagine dealing with Rex against Oko. You have to trigger for 2 times with Rex to kill Oko.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
That's just dumb.
In fact, we also have no blue deck today.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's also true. A whole group without blue. That's my jam.
So yeah. So we have another paying 2 for the creatures by the creatures themselves on the side of Christian. Getting rid of the cards in the graveyard from David. And let's see if he plays a knight. Or is this the
He's still-
infamous questing beast? Okay, no,
it's a knight. He would need a
Just-
mana more for the
Yeah.
questing beast. A knight of autumn. Ah, okay.
What? That's
There
that's good.
goes the exploration.
okay. Fetch and response.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I mean, you get 1 additional card off of Valakut Exploration, which is fine.
I'm not sure. I don't think he can.
Yeah, but it goes
play
into
it.
the graveyard, and if it's
Okay.
alive from the loam, it's just fine. Because Kaya was already activated.
Okay, yeah.
I think the better sequencing would have been there to first activate the Knight of the Reliquary to maybe deal with it, so you can get at least a second
Mm-hmm.
thing out here.
Oh, punching fire.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Punishing Fire is good here. I mean, there is unfortunately no life gain land on the side of David to recur it, but being able to wasteland, being able to Punishing Fire every creature Christian controls is huge. And yeah, Kaya's currently the efficient win condition on the side of Christian, I would say. Yeah. And I think a wasteland would definitely go on the side of the, how's it called, the gain land, the life gain land.
That was too fast. From which deck? You mean from David?
From David, yeah.
The
life
life
Grove
gain.
of the Burn Willows?
Growth of the Burn Willows,
Grove, yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
I almost wanted to say Sheltered Thicket.
yeah, the board now is definitely hard. And okay. And we got no confirmation. The matchup Black-White Eldrazi against Elves already finished. And Elves unfortunately lost to Black-White Eldrazi. So unfortunately, a 0-2 for Gino.
Today.
And Ige balanced his scoreboard to a 1-1.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we will
I mean,
have to see how this matchup goes now.
The Eldrazi matchup with 4 Plague Engine in the main certainly looks like a nightmare matchup for Elves.
Maverick? Yeah.
No,
Also for Elves.
for Elves.
He played
I'm
4
not
main
surprised
deck.
by the result. Yeah, he has 4 main deck. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
Definitely no surprise here.
No, for sure not.
Okay.
What does David need here to win? He has the life from the loam in the graveyard.
He has a Punishing Fire in the graveyard, so there is a lot he can draw to win the game, actually.
Yeah.
And the Maze of Ith is definitely one of the cards. I mean, here you're paid as 3 mana for the 3 creatures. And yeah, I think you tutor up a wasteland for either the Tabernacle or the Maze of Ith. And I think at this point, the Tabernacle does hurt you, because your big win condition is still the Knight of the Reliquary to sustain.
Mm-hmm.
But it's Yeah. Okay.
It's definitely a hard situation now.
Okay.
I mean, it would be easier if we would know the cards in Christian's hand.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Definitely.
Go about the thought process.
Yeah, it's
Well, the Knight of the Reliquary is already quite big. I would maybe just try to get rid of the maze and just start attacking with the knight.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, I see cases for both tutoring up this turn a wasteland and next turn a wasteland to get rid of. I mean, it doesn't matter about which card you get rid of, because there is a life from the loam in the graveyard of David.
That's definitely a big problem.
So you kind of need a Kaya here to get rid of it.
But he will get at least one dredge out of it, or am I mistaken now? Or he maybe Pachuca box now. That's
No,
also...
I think Christian does it now that he fetched for a land, paid 1, then cracked the Knight of the Reliquary for another land, and he now would be able to cast a Kaya.
4 mana.
I think this is maybe a questing beast because he has 5 mana.
Yeah, should be actually. So
yeah.
Oh yeah.
I think I mean, here it's still correct to attack with both creatures to get it at least in with 2, because Maze of Ith moves the card outside of combat. Or am I mistaken about it?
You untap it.
You remove it from combat, yeah.
You remove it from combat, yeah. And yeah, with that...
You prevent all combat damage. You don't remove it from...
You prevent? Okay.
Mm-hmm. And with that, you don't prevent it. Because of the Wall of Text beast.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And you should still do 6 damage. Because Questing Beast is creatures you control, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
I think just read the card for himself.
Yeah, it does so much. It's just amazing. Combat damage that would be dealt by creatures you control can't be prevented.
Yeah, and Maze of Ith?
I'm putting that up too. Maze of Ith. Untap target attacking creature, prevent all combat damage that would be dealt to and dealt by that creature this turn.
I think we have a problem, maybe.
I think they are just judge calling it.
I
move just into their conversation and talk about this to them.
You can explain it to them, yeah? Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, as it seems, Questing Beast might be the best threat Münster has available now.
Yeah, for sure.
Are there any ways that David can get rid of the beast?
He could go around and double punishing fire it.
Double punishing fire, but it seems kind of iffy.
Yeah.
It is a legendary creature though, so Caracas can get it.
Yeah, if it just crop rotates into Caracas,
Mm-hmm.
it would be enough to stall the game. Time walking him every turn, basically.
Just clarified it with the boys. They just wanted to double check. They were
Yep.
quite sure that it worked that way it worked, but better double check in such a situation.
So now David needs to find a grove or a crop rotation or a Caracas.
There are so many cards he needs now. It's I mean Caracas does actually a lot here. Because with Caracas you basically get rid of Questing Beast and Knight of the Reliquary, which is huge now. And I mean the Tabernacle is just Richard Port now.
Yeah.
But with David being able to Richard Port, I mean, can he do it prior to the upkeep?
What exactly?
Port the Chaos Cradle before the triggers of Tabernacle Resolve.
I think it's an upkeep, right?
I think it's an upkeep. And
so you can't.
And he
So you
double wastes the mazes and goes
Yeah,
to town.
the mazes didn't matter anyway.
Yeah.
I think I mean, what is the card you want to be? I mean, it would be the Tabernacle, but I think you just let the Wasteland stick around. So yeah, I think
It's
that's
a quick one. 2 games to 0.
yeah.
It's a 2-0, yeah.
A quick
And-
32-0 again.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, on the second match already finished with another 2-0, I would imagine, with
With
Black
4
Engineer
Black
Tribal. So, yeah. So,
But yeah, I think we'll take a short 5-minute break here again, and then we go and see our last match for tonight.
okay. And a short clarification. Chino lost 2-1, so he got 1 game in against Eldrazi.
Mm-hmm.
So he didn't drew Black Engineer in this
Yeah.
match, probably, yeah.
So, yeah.
Short break.
Short break.
Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Bye. So, yeah, we are back now from the break. We will resume now with the third game of tonight. We will have Christoph Igelsbach on a black-white Eldrazi against the mainstay of today, actually, Christian Münster on Absan Maverick.
Mm-hmm. How do we think that this matchup will go?
White.
I can't say anything. I haven't played both decks actually. I find it interesting that Eagles Christoph has 4 main deck Plague Engineer, I think.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken.
They seem to be quite good here.
So yeah, they put a lot of strain on the Maverick deck. If you put it on human or even bird.
Yeah,
to
if I can get rid of the one drop.
mana acceleration, yeah.
Yeah.
So Plague Engineer is quite good. You have the 4 Eldrazi mimics, which can lead to very fast start. And I think the Eldrazi is a little bit better suited in this matchup.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and something we can't underestimate is the sideboard Containment Priest with the Eldrazi Displacer is just a fair win condition.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
So for the chat, yeah, there will be an overlay with a bracket system, yeah, and it just it doesn't make sense for the first day to make something like that. So next week you will see also a bracket. You will see the bracket where with the groups and how everybody has played, and then you can follow the tournament a little bit better.
Yeah.
So let's dive in. Or do you want to say something, Peter?
No, I think we will just go to the boys.
So I turn to them and I tell them they can start.
So I think Christian won the die roll.
Mm-hmm. He's going first.
And he kept his opening 7.
Yeah, we just need the timer now. Perfect. Yeah. Like I said, it popped up. Very great.
Yeah, I did get it this time.
So, and just a quick thing we want to announce. If you like the stream, don't shy away to follow the stream. We would greatly appreciate it.
We have a lot of follows actually.
Okay.
Over the past hours. I kind of missed on that. But shout outs to Kinda MTG. I'm not sure how to pronounce it. Hypsus99 Jonas, so.
Yeah.
Who needs it? Travis2232. Penis very small. Thanks for the follow. Disciple of the Master.
Or not, I'm not sure.
JDG TMS. And now just a new follower of Bounty1717. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks. We really appreciate it. And if you like our content, follow us on Twitter @Austrian_legacy, and something in our own advertisement. You can follow our podcast where we talk about legacy most of the time.
Most of the time.
You can follow it on Twitter. You can follow it on Twitter @response_legacy, and you can find us on probably all big streaming platforms. You can find us on Amazon Music. You can find us on Spotify, also on iTunes, on Deezer, on Stitcher, practically everywhere you get your podcast fix in. So
I just dropped you guys the short, quick links if you're interested. And yeah, I think we will move on now with the content we have today here. And this is the third match of the All Cup. And we have an Thalia on board now of Christian.
Yeah.
There's a question in the chat. Can we find you on Grindr?
No, for sure not.
But you can subscribe to our OnlyFans content.
Updated weekly. Tinder, of course, also. Yeah, sure. Why not?
And hello back from Austria, Cave 1989. Viewers from wide away from Switzerland. And
we really appreciate.
Here we have to now look at the sheet from Christoph with the live totals, unfortunately, and it's getting kind of blurry now.
Just highlight. I think we can just highlight Christopher.
So it's a fault not seer. And I think this is a blast zone on 1.
And a blast.
Oh yeah, that's a blast zone on 1. Yeah.
And in response, we get the swords to plowshares.
So he goes up to 32, 22. Yeah.
I just go shortly to the boys and ask if Christoph is able to reposition his camera. And if not, so that they are playing to each other.
Mm-hmm.
I'm shortly back.
I thought not see a trigger on the stack.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, he gets to.
So I think the correct. What do you think is the correct take here? I think it's probably questing beast.
Maybe questing beast because he can deploy it next turn. The green sun can get a 2-drop next turn, including the text from Thalia. And other than that, there's not many decay targets right now, at least. So maybe questing beast.
Yeah, that would be also my pick here.
Yeah.
And there it goes.
Mm-hmm.
So at least we weren't wrong.
Okay. Maybe he wants to reconsider his decision or not.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he probably
He's maybe
tries to
adjusting his
switch
camera.
it. Yeah, he's adjusting his camera.
Mm-hmm.
And he's back again.
Ah, perfect.
Perfect. Definitely easier for us, and for viewers also.
Yeah, so it's a little bit better for us, I think. Okay. So yeah, so he took the questing beast. Was the biggest threat.
Mm-hmm. And also the threat that he could deploy on this turn.
Yeah. I think the rest from Christian's hand was just answers.
A Green Sun Zenith and a Decay, a Wasteland and a Caracas.
Yeah, you really don't want to get a 2-drop here.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Not really, yeah.
And DK doesn't do anything.
Yeah. Getting rid of a blast zone is good too. And
is this a ballista? I'm not sure. Oh, this is a mimic.
A mimic.
It's Eldrazi mimic.
Mm-hmm.
unfortunately for you guys, it's a little bit hard to read. But yeah.
Yeah, that's why we have commentary.
Yeah.
There it
Just-
gets decayed.
And
Mhm.
let's see what. Yeah. Now he can get the Knight of the Reliquary, which would be good, I think.
Yeah, Knight certainly quickly outmuscles any Eldrazi's from Christoph.
Yeah.
As we see, we have already 3 lands in the graveyard. Yeah, so it's already a 5/5.
Yeah. You can't get a 3-drop because you only have 4 lands. And Green Sun Zenith would cost 5 to get the 3-drop. So unfortunately, it's not the possibility this turn.
Mm-hmm.
But I think he has a land in hand, so next turn he's
Next turn.
certainly able to deploy a huge threat.
How many cards does Christian have currently in his hand?
I think
I think
there must
three.
be
3.
the Green Sun's unit and 2 extra cards. I think so. 3, yeah.
I think it's 2 lands. It's a Savannah.
Oh yeah, Savannah. Yeah.
I think I've seen a Savannah before.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So yeah, let's see what he can do. And yeah, this is the devastating Black Engineer.
Yeah. This would definitely be a better decay target.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I mean, yeah, and we have the Black Engineer on human, as the small piece of paper shows us.
Zenith for 3. Maybe
For 3.
getting
The Knight.
getting the Knight, maybe. Yeah.
I mean, what could be other 3-drops he could get? Only the Excavator and this
Excavator.
doesn't make any sense, I think.
Mm-hmm.
No, there's the Knight.
Yeah. I mean, the Knight is currently a 5/5 and would be quickly going up to a 6/6. And yeah.
Yeah, Plague Engineer, of course, still trades with the Knight.
Yeah.
What do we have here?
I'm not sure. It should be an eliminate.
Eliminate, yeah. The fun of 1-off in the main deck, I think.
Yeah, I think you need that kind of removal now in the meta. I mean, it's your only answer against Oko.
Yeah, because of
I
Oko.
think so. And I think that these versions
you need
previously played 2 to 3 eliminate in the main deck.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a 1-off now. For Christoph.
I mean, the displays work in a similar fashion to handling Oko, because you just can bounce the elk if it was a food token or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And what we have to say is, it's a little bit of a shame for Gino to getting into this group, because it's we don't have a lot of guys who play Black Engineer, and playing against 6 main deck across the group is hard.
Yeah, randomness strikes the hardest.
Yeah, I mean, this was basically the situation we would like to not happen, because we made the deck list were sent in to Alex Klinger, and then the groups were chosen or random generated, and just that the people cannot how do you say this metagame against the 3 other people.
It's basically the only way to make an open decks list tournament work.
Yeah. I mean,
So
you can certainly meta game against the whole field if you put the people on certain deck lists, but other than that, yeah.
Yeah, but you never know in which group you're paired with and
Yeah, of course, but
who's there.
you can consider this as a 16-player meta and meta game a little bit.
Yeah,
for
for
that.
sure.
After this
For
game,
sure, sideboard mapping is great. Yeah.
after this game, I will tune
Yeah,
into to Ige and ask him if he can fix his camera.
Maybe it's just a focusing issue.
Yeah, maybe he has
it's a
turned
focus
off
problem because
autofocus
now it's-
on the app.
Mm-hmm.
It's the thing I suspect the most.
Green Sun seen it for, is it 4 or 5? 4.
it's
for free.
four.
For free.
Should be for
free.
4.
Oh, it's a knight. Okay.
Okay. Had he bounced something? Because the Caracas is tapped too.
He paid the Cine.
Yeah, but there is a forest too on the top side of Christian tapped.
Yeah.
Maybe it was considering to get a 4-drop.
Yeah, could be too. And I think this is a chalice on 1 on the side of Christoph.
Yeah.
Okay.
Followed by another Mimic.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, but this lone Knight of the Reliquary doesn't look all that great when you face a Plague Engineer, as well as another few big Eldrazi.
And the 5/5 endless one, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean the knight is bigger than the 5/5 endless one, so it
doesn't
basically
matter,
doesn't matter. The only problem is that Christoph has a Death Toucher on the field.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, the moment Christian can deploy a second threat, I would say the advantage bar goes back to him. And Crimson Zenith is exactly that. With that, Christian can now attack with a knight without any problems. And I think Christoph is empty-handed. Yeah. And let's see how many lands we have in the graveyard. 1, 2, 3, 4. Is it 5 or 6?
I can't see it. I think it's...
I mean, it doesn't matter because Christian has the 2 fetch lands on the field.
Oh, yeah.
And I think this would have been the turn to go ham with the first one. Just to put some pressure on Christoph.
Especially now that the packaging is tapped, so...
Yeah. Because if you want to do that, I mean, you can eat the Mimic if it wants to attack, so... Yeah.
Oh, there's a huge Mimic now.
Yeah, but the Mimic stays only that big for 1 turn, so it's kind of okay. The problem is now that you need to stay back again. So you don't have the possibility to get in. I think the life totals are currently 10 for Christian and 17 or 18 for Christoph. Yeah.
Well,
and he goes runner. Unfortunate. And with that, it's lethal.
That's game 1, yeah. Game 1 goes to Christoph
Eldrazi.
on Eldrazi.
Yeah. And I think after sideboarding, the matchup gets even better for Eldrazi in this case. Just because of Containment Priest, Eldrazi Displacer.
At the sideboard, he has 4 Swords of Plowshares, 2 Containment Priest, 1 Aethersworn Canonist, 2 Thorn of Amethyst, 4 Lane of the Void, 1 Worship, and 1 All-Is Dust.
I think the Warship stays out, the Leyline stays out, the Thorn stays out, the Canonist stays out, the Warship stays out, and you board in the 6 pieces of removal and interaction, I think.
Yeah.
Because the Chalice of the Void is dead, and I think you can shave on the Lotus Petals.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, probably. Mm-hmm.
I think I would do it like that, because the Plague Engineers are great. The Meta Reshaper are really good.
Good.
And the rest is core. You never board out Fortnite Seer, Reality Smash, or Eldrazi
No,
Mimic.
no, for sure not. And
So-
also you want the one of Eliminate, so
Yeah.
for
Yeah, I
any
mean, if you
kind
board
of
in
action he could have.
another removal, it doesn't make sense to
Yeah.
board in the other removal. Yeah, and you want to grind on that to burst. Definitely agree with that here. But sometimes a quick at turn 2 Fortnite Seer or something like that, a little bit of a higher frequency of it happening is good. So yeah, just the one Lotus Petal, I think, that you don't want to board out. And yeah, I mean, the most debatable card, I think, is still Eldrazi Mimic, just because it isn't that great in this matchup, I would say.
And
because
it's a bad top deck.
Yeah, he can maybe shave 1 or 2 copies.
Yeah, but I think you maybe want to shave the Lotus Petals too.
Yeah.
So I think that the Mimics are okay, because if you draw a Reality Smasher or play a big Endless one, the Mimics are really, really good in board stalls. They're good if you draw the big things, if you are attacking, if you have the tempo, and if you want to grind back on tempo, they are really, really bad if you want to stay on defense. But yeah, any offensive situation, they're good. I mean, they are kind of bad top decks, but yeah, the late game you win with AFU game most likely, if it comes down to this.
So in the meanwhile, while they are shuffling, we can talk about the next game day. Yeah.
The next stream.
The next stream from the Austrian Legacy League Cup. The next stream will be. I have to look it up myself now. I don't have all the.
It's on the 28th of November. I think the stream starts at 18 o'clock CET, if I remember it correctly.
Yeah, it's next week on Saturday. So on 18 o'clock Central European time, and we start with Group B, where Peter will be battling it out versus Andreas Schaubmeier, Mario Hinterberger, and Matthias Höller.
Yeah.
Maybe we can just have a quick glance at the format or the plan of the tournament. Yeah. So Group B will be playing next week on Saturday, as we said.
Yeah, so we have me, Andreas Schaubmeier, Mario Hinterberger, and Matthias Höller battling it out. We have there Andreas Schaubmeier on Rugged Elva, myself playing Bunt Painter, Mario Hinterberger playing Death in Texas, and Matthias Höller playing Bug Ninjas. So we have another 3 matches to stream there. And yeah, so next Saturday, 18 o'clock CET, 2 hours earlier as today and another day. But yeah, that's the beauty of it, because we can justify with each other in our group when we want to play, when everyone has time. So yeah, definitely cool with this playing out format. And yeah,
so back to the match. They're now drawing the sevens.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So Christian will start this match. And let's.
Okay. Christoph is taking a mulligan.
They're both taking mulligans.
Both there.
So.
I have to say, I kind of like this format. It is still, in these hard times, a good way to get some paper legacy, or in general paper Magic content and playing going.
Yeah, the problem with the traditional Swiss tournament style in these times is just the tournaments are taking so long, and a lot of people don't have time to, don't have the capacities to play 9 hours.
Yeah.
At the moment, if you have an in-person paper Magic tournament, then I totally can't play 9 hours because I devote a whole day to it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But with the quarantine and everything, it's just too hard sometimes on the mental health, and so some hours of playing Magic are probably enough.
Yeah, the problem is if you sit, I mean, you sit across another one that you play against, but yeah, the problem is sitting, I mean, in front of the computer for 9 hours, or sitting in front of someone else for 9 hours is really, really different. And I mean, if you're playing person, you just, I mean, if the round finishes early for you, you go outside. I mean, if you're a smoker, you smoke a cigarette or something like that, or you just talk to the people in the store, or with your friends, talk what's going on in life, or if you really want to talk a lot of Magic today, how the previous round went. And yeah, it's just really, really different.
For sure. But
And I think we have found a nice way to capture this tournament.
I think
sure,
this setup works quite nicely.
Yeah, for sure it takes a little bit of a strain on our players because the tournaments are always kept at 8, 16, 24, or 32 players, and they simply can't fire with other numbers. So you can't do this style of tournament with 18 or 20 people. It simply won't work.
Yeah. So unfortunately, we had, I mean, I think two people of our community asked too late. I think
we had we're three people,
yeah.
But we're now at 16 people, and then it would be 19. And I've told them if they find enough people to bring it up to 24, then they can play. But so it just won't work because of the system.
Yeah. And if we went up to 24, we would have had, I think, 6 groups now, and there we would have had the
no,
6...
we would still have 4 groups.
Still 4 groups with 4 people.
With
okay.
6
people.
With more people, yeah. And then the best 2 of each group would advance.
Okay. Yeah. And from there on the same. Okay.
Okay. So we have Münster here starting off with actually a second Once Upon a Time of this game. Christoph Ilsberg tried to get in with quite early Rarity Smasher, which he cast on turn 2, but which was met by a Source Blashes from Christian's side.
Yeah. Unfortunately, still a 2-for-1 for Christian, but yeah, that's the strength of.
If you consider the petal, it's even.
It's a 2-for-2,
yeah.
Yeah, but definitely a strong card on the side of Eldrazi.
Of course, yeah.
And another one.
Another smasher, yeah.
And there it goes smashing.
Sometimes that's the best things you can do here. Just casting smash after smasher and then...
And now the Sylvan Library does basically nothing.
I mean, it can filter a little bit. I don't think you can underestimate the, let's say, Scry 3, more or less. But, of course, paying life here is not ideal at this point to get some extra cards. But maybe if it helps him to find another sword, for example, or a path, would be good.
Yeah. I
To
think
get rid
this
of the smasher, yeah.
Okay,
is
the
now
knight.
the blocker.
The knight is the... I think it should be 5/5.
Should be big
1,
enough.
2, 3. It's a 5/5.
It's a 5/5, unfortunately. So this means Christian has to take another 5 points of damage at least. And I'm not sure if I can see the life totals correctly, but
I think
it's 9.
9 or 4. I'm not sure.
I'm not sure either. I think this is just a jump block on the smasher.
Yeah, if it's a jump block, at least a trade.
The trade.
Yeah.
But I think you have to trade here.
Yeah, any trade.
Kind of unfortunate. You really wanted the knight to get bigger than the smasher.
Chalice on 1.
Okay.
Doesn't. I mean, it's got rid of Swords to Plowshares.
And path, yeah.
And path.
But this might be still not... Or is not definitely not a game over here for Christian.
Definitely not.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
And the next night, yeah.
And that's what I meant by the library scrying. Sometimes that's also just good enough. Finding what you need.
Yeah.
Card advantage is often or sometimes not all that you want or that you need.
Yeah, the news is in. The table 2 has ended its game. So Chino has lost versus Lance. So Elves versus Lance is over. And we have no backup match now anymore.
Somehow our backup matches finish faster
Sooner
than
the main matches, yeah. Which is good for us. So we can at least say we have chosen the right matches.
Yeah.
Stream.
Definitely. Yeah, seems like a bad group for Elves.
Oh, for sure.
I mean, is Lance such a bad matchup for Elves? I'm not sure about this actually.
I mean, they have Tabernacle, and what I always hear is that Punishing Fire is just slow, too slow against Elves.
Yeah, definitely.
You have a Tabernacle, but on the other hand, Elves has Chaos Cradle, which kind of cancels each other out.
Yeah.
But there are Wastelands involved from the land side, so I could see lands being a little bit ahead in this matchup.
Yeah, I think...
But I'm not sure.
I think that the problem is that you have to just go for the combo here. You can't really win the game in any other way on the elf side. So, and if you don't have a good glimpse draw, you will lose the matchup, I think.
Yeah. And the endless ones get bigger and bigger, but there's not 2 knights.
Yeah, I think the knights are now bigger than a 5/5. So Christian will
see it game 3 here.
Well, maybe if Christoph finds an Ollis dust from the top, things would change, of course.
They would change quickly.
They would change drastically, yeah. I mean, he does not have the mana for it to cast. Or?
Yeah, right now.
He only has 5 mana, yeah. Okay, fetching something up.
Yes, Gino, it is 1 game for.
It's
Christian.
1-1 now.
It's 1-1 now, yeah.
Yeah. Christian quickly winning, or not quickly, but winning this game. So yeah, it's definitely an interesting matchup, and the knight is the mirror breaker. It seems just like Tarmogoyf is the mirror breaker in Rakdelva.
Or Better Skull in Devon, Texas.
Yeah.
Well, Battleskull can't outmuscle Reality Smasher, so I'm not sure about that. But you can equip other creatures with it.
Yeah, and then you can outmuscle almost everything.
But seems a little bit iffy. Yeah.
Gino, I'm sorry for you, but yeah, you have chosen your deck. you accept that Flag Engineer as your nemesis.
You've got to accept your fate.
Yeah, it's kind of unfortunate. Elves getting the new Shepherd, and which suits them better against blue decks, and now he just gets paired against Plague Engineers all the time.
Yeah, it's just not a good group for him. It's a shame. I mean, if he would have been in my group, it would have been so much better. Rakdel. I mean, how good is the matchup? How good is the matchup in Elves against Rakdelva?
I think he can go either way. I'm not sure.
Should be pretty much even or a little bit in favor of Elves.
Yeah.
If it would be fishy, Gino, then there would be something blue here, huh? Don't you think?
Yeah, unfortunately, not a single fish, I think, in the whole tournament.
Yeah, normally Mr. Christian would play
fishes.
Fishes, yeah. Maverick.
I mean,
at least he has the deck still.
I mean, we don't even have a true name nemesis, am I right?
I don't know. So.
Tournament.
Well, is true name good in the meta in general?
No, I mean it was a great card back when 2019 started, but after that there were a few cards better than it.
Oko,
Oko, Uro, Dreadhorde.
That 2019 Black, yeah.
Yeah, 2019 stroke.
Oh my god. I'm still not recovering from it.
I mean, rather later than sooner you will get the Mardu playable card.
Yeah, we're talking about 2030 probably.
Expect 50.
Even better.
But if it comes out, it will be better than the Mardu. How's it called? The stupid series where Magic made a collaboration with Walking Dead.
The Walking Dead, yeah.
It will be better than this one.
Yeah, because it isn't good. That's not hard.
But it will be better.
Yeah, because it's easy.
You can't expect too much from it.
Nah, for sure not. So Christian leads with a Savannah into a Noble Hierarch.
And
Christoph swings for 2, and there goes the Vatnazir.
Oh yeah. Turn to Vatnazir. Not bad.
Turn to Fortnite is just really, really good. Above the curve, everything. I mean,
it's really hard above the curve.
Okay.
Sword seems like a good target.
Yeah, you have to take.
Yeah, but swords maybe.
I mean, the knight is okay to take you too.
Yeah, but with 2 creatures already being on a battlefield, and Christoph maybe wants to finish the game a little bit faster now.
Yeah.
So, and the knight is rather small in the beginning,
It's
so
definitely swords here.
Yeah.
I would expect swords also. But I could also see him taking the knight, which would come down next turn and be already a 4/4 if you count the fetch land in Christian's hand.
Yeah, it really depends on the hand Christoph has. If he has a remove spell, then it's 100% the swords.
Yeah.
And because it takes that much time for him to decide, I think he has no remove spell. And the knight would just stonewall him. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Because with the fetch, it's a 4/4.
Mhm.
And yeah, that's the reason he took it. It's also the quickest clock on the side of Christian.
Yeah, it's the best
mean-
card in the matchup.
Yeah. Now it's pretty easy to sort it. But yeah, we will have to see what Christian will do. I think he drew his second Swords to Plowshares because it was the top card of his hand. So,
And an Elvish Reclaimer.
yeah, definitely a good card here.
It's not big enough to block the Endless One
No.
at the moment.
But next turn it will
And he
most
doesn't
likely
play
grow
crop
out.
rotation.
Yeah, and I think Christian doesn't play any.
No.
No.
Wouldn't make any sense, I think.
A Smasher, another one.
Ouch. This hurts.
This one will hurt. So down to 10. And the life total seem that weird because they are flipped around because the image is mirrored on the side of Christoph.
Yeah, you can see it on the cards because they are right bound.
Yeah. And the previous logo of the Austrian Legacy League,
Oh yeah,
which was
I
previously known
I see that. Yeah.
as Linzer Legacy Liga, is also turned around.
Yeah, we changed our name to be more international because we wanted to start streaming.
Yeah. And
actually, we have the biggest community in Austria, the biggest legacy community, at least in Austria. So we found it very fitting.
Yeah. It's definitely okay here. And yeah, let's see what Christian can do to combat that he is the last one standing with no losses at this day. And yeah, it will be definitely good to go in with a 3. Ooh, a Ramanap Excavator. It's huge now because you can rebuy your fetches. I mean, it doesn't grow the Elvish Reclaim, unfortunately.
Yeah, I think that the Excavator does not do that much here.
Nah, he doesn't as a wasteland in the graveyard. He can certainly 2-1 up with the Reclaimer, but I don't think his life totals, he doesn't have the time for this value play. He needs to find an answer to the Reality Smasher as soon as possible.
Smasher's Trample, am I right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so he took the 5 down to 5. And yeah, another Thought-Knot Seer should pretty much seal the deal. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
I mean, Scavenging Ooze wouldn't do anything here too. So I think, what do you take here?
Take
Kaya.
Kaya. I would take
Yeah.
the Kaya.
I mean, Kaya doesn't do anything next turn actually. If your whole turn is next turn, just play the Kaya. It's fine.
Mm-hmm.
Because the 2 life doesn't matter if you have a 5/5 Trampler.
Yeah, but the Kaya exiles the Atlas one and it comes back with 0 counters.
Oh, the Kaya can exile another creature too.
Yeah.
Okay, I haven't thought about that one. But yeah.
So it acts as a removal against the Endless one at least.
And Kaya comes back with her starting loyalty, am I right?
If he exiles herself, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, he could also just abrupt decay the Endless one, but
Yeah.
having a Kaya on the battlefield which removes the Endless one, maybe gains some life, and maybe he can go. He can come back in the game.
Yeah, it's definitely a hard decision. But I think this is okay. For me, it would be between Scavenging Ooze and Abrupt Decay.
Okay. Oh, okay. He had Eldrazi
He had a Displacer, yeah.
Displacer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That makes
Yeah,
sense.
with that, it actually changes a
Yeah.
lot. So the Scavenging Ooze doesn't matter because he can just tap it, and the Abrupt Decay was the answer for the Eldrazi Displacer.
Mm-hmm.
And with that, it's pretty much a clear board for Christoph. And actually, shout out to Christoph. He, I think, was second in MCAM 2019. Or was it 2018?
No,
No,
2018.
2018, yeah.
No.
Yeah, so he
And MCAM Prague.
In
in
Prague, yeah.
MCAM Prague went to...
Also playing Eldrazi Stompion only lost to Elves, I think.
So he's now playing for Plague Engineer main deck because
Yeah.
fuck the matchup.
Lessons learned, yeah.
Yeah. And as he described it, he's mostly playing beer decks, which
Yep.
he can play under at least 3 or 4 beers. So yeah, I think he did a good job today too.
Oh, yeah.
So if, like Gino pointed out, if Christoph wins here, we have 3 people in the group with 6 points.
And one with 0 points, unfortunately.
Unfortunately, yeah.
But I think there is still a possibility for Gino to
advance, yeah.
To advance, because if he goes 3-0, one of the others goes 3-0-2. If every of them has 6 points, and then it depends on the breakers.
On the breakers, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Who will advance? And yeah, we have a Knight of the Reliquary top decked on the side of Christian.
It's a Knight of Autumn.
Oh, a Knight of Autumn.
Mm-hmm.
To gain life?
Probably, yeah.
Most likely. Or
Okay.
put counters on a creature.
Yeah, it's most likely gained life because there is no dice on the side of Christian.
Yeah, well, but a 4/3 knight could trade with the Thought Knots here.
Yeah.
So it would not be out of this world.
Yeah.
Not sure if he needs the life, but yeah. The board of Christoph is already quite big and strong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And there it is.
The last combat of today. and the scoop from Christian. So we have now 3 people at 6 points, with Christoph Igelsberg, Christian Münster, David Binder, each on 6 points. And
Christian Neutz on 0 points, unfortunately.
Yep.
But yeah, we will get the standings for you posted on Twitter in probably next few days. And in the next stream, you can also see the whole bracket with the recent standings.
Definitely.
So, what do we guys think about the matches today?
I think they were great, actually. I think we had quite a few cool matchups displayed on stream, especially with Maverick and Blackwell Eldrazi. I mean, 3 rounds of Maverick are always fun because it's interactive Magic, and that's something that's cool to view. And yeah, was definitely a great stream, I would say.
Yeah, for sure. I really enjoyed the matches. It was very need another word for good. It was a very technically strong games, and they played really fast and really clean. So it was very nice and easy to commentate on. Actually, I think it's the first time we do this. We have done this live.
We commentated one of our league matches or FNMs.
One of our FNMs, but the FNM was pre-recorded. We haven't seen it beforehand, but the tournament was already, I think, 2 to 3 days old. So this time it was really live at in this moment played, and it was a great experience, and I'm looking forward to the next one.
For sure, yeah. So if you guys have any feedback and want to give us some kind of feedback
Advice.
and advice what we can do better, of course, we greatly would appreciate it.
Yeah, just slide into our DMs. You can find me on Twitter at PhinicMTG. It's PHINEKMTG.
Yeah. Definitely slide into my DMs too, or our DMs at Unicorn Lord, and the O in the Lord is a 0.
Or you can also maybe shoot me a message at Flying Delver at Twitter. Yeah.
And also you can find us 3, the whole In Response crew, on Twitter at response_legacy. So everything feedback related can be put on any one of us, actually.
Or just on the Austrian Legacy Twitter, of course. Also.
Yeah, also you can and should follow the Austrian Legacy Twitter. It's at Austrian_legacy. And I think if you want have more information about the Austrian Legacy League, go to austrian-legacy.com.
Yeah, definitely.
And I think with these words, we'll wrap it up here. It was a great stream. We appreciate you guys that you were here, that you were listening to us and watching the games.
And so see you next stream
on Saturday.
The 28th on 18 o'clock Central European time.
With Group B action from the Austrian Legacy Cup.
So, without me, but most likely with you too.
Yeah, for sure.
And so see ya. I will look forward to it.
Have a nice night and bye.
Bye. Thanks for watching.